hardintentions.com, which is our website where we sell T-shirts, hats, beanies, and some other stuff. So if you want a little artwork as well, all the art is original. So if you feel like checking us out, getting some cool gear, please do. We appreciate the support. Well, I started doing a little work on a friend of mine from work, guy I used to work with when I worked down in Sacramento. I'm working on his lower leg. He's a Mexican cat, so young dude. Doesn't have hardly any ink, so he asked me to work on him. And while we're working, I was chatting. I was telling him about some of the tattoo stories from prison, and I'm doing like Aztec stuff. And I remember when I was in the jail, fighting this case, and I turned 18. They put me in an adult tank from a juvenile tank, and I was in a tank. Excuse me. Very few people, or very few whites, and San Diego County Jail, they have tank captains. I don't know about now, but back then you had the day room, the tier with cells, and a walkway, and there were so many people that people had to sleep on the tier on a mattress on the floor, and it was crowded, and I had a cell, and I used to talk to this Chicano dude, Junior. He was from Escondido, and he'd been to the pen, and to me he was an older cat, but he was only in his 30s, but back then that would be an older cat for me, so he had he called the Azteca walks, and the Aztec walks, on his back, and what it is an Aztec warrior standing there on some rocks, and he's like holding his old lady, his woman in his arms. It's like somebody's killed her, she's dead, but he's standing up proud, and he's overlooking what would be like a valley or an Aztec city. He's got pyramids, all the symbolism. I used to ask him, man, that's a badass tattoo, but Junior and I were pretty cool. So he was a tank captain, and in San Diego County Jail back then, they had a hot plate in a tank with a coffee pot, and guys used to go warm their sandwiches up you get from lunch, or make water for coffee and shit, and there was a Paisa dude in the day room. There were two black dudes in there. I was standing at the entrance to the day room, and so there was a little argument over the hot plate. So Junior came in there, talks to black dudes, talked to Paisa, figures it's worked out. Paisa walked away. And as Junior started walking away, he's walking towards me. There's one dude here where the guy behind him came up and grabbed him. And I go, wow. He's got a lock on him from the behind. And the other dude started walking towards him like ready, he was going to get off on him. And so I jumped in the middle, bing, bing, hit the dude in the face a couple times. I told him, man, this ain't happening. This guy let go of Junior, and he told me, hey, come on. So I went down to the cell, and I think there was like 3 white dudes in the whole tank. So we're all sitting in the cell, Mexican dudes in there, Chicano dudes, and then some guys out in front of the cell. And I'm sitting on the toilet. So I got a bed here and a bed here, bunks, and a toilet right in the middle. I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, fuck, And the black dudes come down the cell, and they're like, hey, man, he had no business getting involved in that. He's white, and so on and so forth. And I said, hey, man, shit ain't right. Shit wasn't right, So Junior told me, don't trip. He talked to black dudes, and he said, all right, cool. They can go in the day room, go one-on-one, So the whole day room was lined with all the Chicano dudes, a few blacks. And I fought that dude, and I kept hitting him in the face, and I was like, I had enough. And I'm a kid, man. I'm beating the dude up a little bit, and but he says he wants to quit. He wants to take a break, or he wants to quit. And I'm like, hey, should I keep fucking the dude? On the streets, I just beat him down till I was done. But I'm looking at these dudes like Junior and some black dudes. I'm like, man, what's up, man? Is it over? And they go, yeah. So I go down the tier, go to the cell, I'm kicking it. Oh yeah, all right, youngster, Then the black dude comes down, he goes, hey, he wants to go back at it. He said he wanted to just take a break. And Junior told me, hey, if they go back at it, it's not over till till it's over. In other words, until I decide it's over, then it's over. And they came back and yeah, it's all cool. And that night, that dude slept on a tier. They put toilet paper between his toes and lit him on fire, ran him out of the tank. He was kind of lame. Anyway, I remember them tattoos, Junior had on his back, especially that Azteca walks. Excuse me. It was a badass piece, man. And, it means something. Back then tattoos kind of meant shit, like for that, there's a lot of symbolism in that. Like, we haven't been defeated. We're still going at it. We still walk, And he explained a little bit of stuff to me, and not just any old lame could get that tattoo. It was a tattoo that dudes earned back then, that kind of stuff. When you hear about, oh, you have to earn this, you have to earn that, that was an earned tattoo. That kind of tattoo, you walk around the pen with a tattoo like that, it says you're about it, So I was glad to meet him, and I'm very glad I met him because he gave me a schooling and he looked out for me. It was cool, But yeah. So anyway, the work I'm doing on Sam, my old coworker, his leg, it's not just some make believe, Aztec shit. I got on there like he wanted a dragon, Aztec dragon. So I go, well, I don't want to just put a dragon face or dragon body, I'm put other stuff in it. He's like, well, what are you going to do? What kind of stuff are you going to put in it? And I'm like, you'll see, I'll figure it out. And so I got smoke going up with like a face. All that stuff is, I did a little searching around, you get Aztec, Mayan statues, they had some incredible hieroglyphics. They had some incredible statues and carvings of people, doing stuff. They left some hieroglyphic, paintings, guys piercing their penis and guys piercing their tongue, they're awesome. It's awesome artwork, but it's their description of, that's their photographs of their time, And so I would get pictures of that stuff and, print them out so I could look at them. And then I'd do my version of it, of course, but it's based in a history, a real history. So that's my version of tribal. We're going to run that up into something cool on top where you got a bigger room, you do a bigger piece, but that's my version of it. And it's not, it's my version of tribal. And I was telling Sam, I have some knot work on my leg. And so all those symbols I'm putting on there, that's like tribal art. So I remember in the pen, I was telling him, these dudes, when that tribal stuff on the street was real big, guys in prison were copying it, and they'd have whole arms, done with this big black zigzaggy stuff. And you could have tattoo magazines back then. And I tell them, what's that shit? And they go, oh, it's tribal. I said, well, what tribe is it from? What tribe is that from? It's tribal, right? Like, I said, dude, that's just squiggly lines, it's just, and hey, I don't mean any offense to anybody who got in that stuff thinks it's cool, but I didn't think it was cool, and I show my knot work on my leg. I go, that's tribal. I go, that's Celtic knot work. That's Celtic tribal, that's tribal. It actually, comes from a bygone era of people, that actually did that. So, they'd get offended, and I say, hey, that's just how I saw that. Tattoos should mean something to the guy who wears them, and I get a good picture of what he wants. So I drew it up, showed it to him, and I said, hey, look, I do the outline, I do a sketch, hardline it, scribble shade it, shot him photos, and I'm like, I don't do a lot of shading on sketches because, you know, I'm going to shade it. I'm going to tattoo it. It's not like I'm drawing a pattern for, you know, for the masses to put on a wall. I mean, when we're done with that pattern, it's over. I actually cut it in 3 pieces so I could put the stencil on his leg, you know, and so it's a done deal. And that's how I like to tattoo. And that's why I say I like to tattoo on one person at a time. Uh, you know, I'm getting, you know, to the point where maybe I'm going to have to start working on a few people, you know, hopefully. I'm debating about getting a tattoo shop, maybe throwing in with someone else. Um, you know, it's something I like to do, but it's something that I put a little time into. My problem with the shop is unless if I have a pattern on the wall somebody wants, I can knock that out. But if they come in and they want a specific thing, I'd have to do a little research, whether it's flowers or, you know, a certain kind of image, you know, or Batman, some superhero or whatever. I have to check it out and draw it up. It takes me a minute. And I suppose that's why people pay more money, you know, for certain stuff. You know, I'm not good at cursive writing. I'm good at stuff that has a lot of shading and variations of color and images, you know, scenes, you know. But I just don't fit in a lot of tattoo shops out here. I haven't yet. My friend Bob down in Orange County, he did some time and he did a life sentence. He's working at shops and he's still learning. He's like, man, you need to do it, you know. So I think it might be about time to do it. And that way, if guys want to come up and get tattooed, I have a place to do it. Yeah. So if you get tattoos, you know, here's another thing. Guys would be like, hey, my homeboy this, my homeboy that, you know. And I'd tell guys, you know, I'd charge them. They asked me to tattoo on them, and I'd say, you know, X amount of money, $50, $100, whatever. In prison, yeah, it's you do a whole sleeve, man, from here, from the shoulder down, $100, $100 for the chest, $200 for the back, $200 for the leg. That was my prices. Can you imagine that? That doesn't barely cover an hour of tattooing out here, you know. But in prison, that's money. It takes, you know. So anyway, guys would say, hey man, why should I fucking pay you for tattoos? And I'm like, you know, you don't have to. Go have your fucking homeboy do it. And I might tell you a story about he was a northerner cat, but he's like, hey, he had some roses on his stomach. It's like 84. And I'm working out back where they go to the yard, and he comes out and says, hey, Holmes, you tattoo, right? And I go, yeah. He's do cover up for me. And I go, yeah, well, what do you want? He had his name on his stomach. And I want to cover up his name. You know, I said, yeah, all right. Number one, cover up's a pain in the ass. And everyone throws a rose over it, whatever it is, in the joint. And to cover up whatever is a covering up, and it looks like crap, you know. And so I go, yeah, I can do that. $50. And he goes, fuck, $50. I go, yeah, $50. And he goes, man, I got my homeboy do it for free. I said, cool, go have your homeboy do it for free. And then I'm gonna charge you $100 to cover up your homeboy's shit or fix it. I'll fuck you, man. I said, yeah, all right, you know. You know, he was, you know, about a week later he came out, you know, he's going to the yard. I'm out there working. He goes, hey, Holmes, check it out. And he lifts his stomach up. His homeboy did some roses over this. I said, yeah, man, it's a nice cabbage patch you got there. He was mad as fuck. I go, hey, get what you pay for, right? And yeah. Anyways, guys would tell me, you know, I can have my homeboy do it for free. And it's like the guys now, they say, hey, mechanics, all that stuff. Yeah, go get it done cheaper. Go have your friend do it for cheaper. You know, they come back and I'll fix it. But, you know, if you go to a tattoo shop or you meet someone that says they know how to tattoo, make them show you. Make them show you some work and not just one tattoo. Make them show you 4 or 5 different pieces, 10, 20 photographs of different stuff, whatever. Make sure they know what they're doing. And then when they charge you, don't get upset, you know, at the price, because you get what you pay for, you know. And make sure your tattoos mean something, you know, really. I got a lot of crap on me from learning how to tattoo. But lesson I learned, through all that is make sure your tattoos mean something to you. Well, it's been nice chatting with you. And you guys have a good day. And I'll talk to you later. Have a good evening, good day, whatever it is you do. And please check out our website, hardintentions.com. Check out our gear. We appreciate it. We love the support. And yeah, guys have a good day. And whatever it is you do out there, do it hard.